What's going on, beautiful people? It's Mr. Meyer with the Fire, here to share ideas and take the collective vibration higher. Today, we're going to be talking about the new moon in Leo on August 4th. It's going to be a very special, very beautiful day. Here is the chart. This is going to be your extended astrology and tarot breakdown for the 12 signs, starting with Leo. So, today is a good day. Every day above ground is beautiful. Got the Moonology card, man. Confidence is your key to success. First of all, recognize that the new moon is a new beginning. It's the beginning of the lunar cycle where the sun and the moon are going to conjoin in the sky, and therefore the seed is planted. And over the next 29 days or so, we will fulfill the whole lunar cycle. Okay. And I like to look at the moon like a cup where the cup is empty around the new moon, and then it's going to fill up with fluid and energy, and then over the full moon we'll have to let energy out in order to bring in more space for new energy. So this is a blank slate, guys, and we have the ability to create anything. All right. And Leo is the fifth sign of the zodiac, which really talks about our self and everything we create, quite literally. So with us being about midway through the sign of Leo, it's just important to remember, and the significance cannot be overstated. You create your life. So don't assign that power to anybody else. Don't wait for circumstance or chance to make your dreams come true. What we're going to do is take definitive action. So if you take nothing from this video, what you basically need is new goals across the board. And only you know what's going to fulfill you and what's going to make you happy. So it's really worth keeping your eyes on your own paper and not getting too distracted by other people or the opinions and perspectives and viewpoints of society or other individuals. Man, this is your life that you're creating. So your will, your choices, your wants, they do matter. So I do want to kind of highlight some of the other energies coming in to this cycle. Is, of course, we have the sun and the moon in Leo, which is all about feeling yourself and being yourself and taking bold, inspired action. Again, confidence is truly the key here. We've also got Venus in the sign of Leo as well at the very last degree. And a lot of people say the anaretic degree is kind of auspicious in a good or bad way. I don't really give a damn about the anaretic degree, but I do want to draw your attention to the Regulus star. One of the biggest fixed stars in our sky is around 29 Leo. And Venus really is the planet of love and beauty and all the good things. She represents what we want in our life. All right. And Leo, Regulus to be exact, this is about living life to the fullest, truly going after the heart of what you want, being uncompromising about your fantasy, about your journey, about your life. So that's really what I see about this, guys, is it's time to put your goals in stone and write your plans in the sand. And I mean, be uncompromising about the things that you want for your life, for your vision, for your dreams, but be open to multiple possibilities and roads of attaining it. Okay. That's what I'm seeing. And we have Mercury retrograde starting in the sign of Virgo. Mercury is going to be stationary at this time during the beginning of this cycle. And that means we're really just going to jump in the cycle in the Mercury retrograde. And what that basically tells me, guys, is that slow and steady wins the race, and careful planning is going to be required in order to make these dreams work. All right. So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Beyond having goals and targets to really aim at, it's important to break them down into bite-sized pieces so we can get the tangible results that we're looking for and be able to take definitive action every single day. Because let's just break it down this way. Like, for example, let's say that you just know in your heart of hearts that you want to be and you are gonna be a movie star. But let's just say that you're also really shy and you know how to talk to people, much less dance or be a star and recite lines and be in front of a crowd. Maybe the first step is not calling Steven Spielberg. Maybe the first step is, developing confidence or talking to strangers or creating a video and acting out a play. You have to sequence the events to make sure that you can attain your goal. And that's really the key. Apart from that, guys, we have Mars and Gemini And Mars and Gemini just asks us to find the freedom and the power through our mind. Mars is conjunct to Jupiter. And this really is the star placement, guys. That's the power of giving. And this is going to give an expanded confidence throughout this cycle. And there's one other thing I want to draw your attention to when it comes to the sun is the sun is trying the north node. So what I really see about this whole cycle for everybody is that, over this next month, we're going to have a renewed and inspired sense of purpose. And that's really beautiful. So above everything else I'm saying, guys, recognize that you are special. Your life does matter. And your uniqueness, your energy inherently adds significance to all of life. So by being a little more selfish, by embracing your path, by devoting more love and attention to you, you'll actually be able to embark on your special purpose automatically. The more you pour into you, the more you grow, and the more you're going to be leaded towards what's divinely inspired for you, straight up. So Jupiter Gemini just tells you to keep an open mind, keep your wits about you. And Jupiter square Saturn. We could talk about this all day, guys, but I just really want to say that the word I get is consolidation. In this cycle, make the most use out of your resources and, try to put things in proper place and organize and try to look for stable, consistent growth as opposed to giant, huge leaps and bounds because, you know, progress is the meaning of life. That's the key. And while let's say you want to be in you want to make a movie better than The Shining. Let's say that you're a movie star. Trust the process, man. It took Rocky like 3 days to write his script, but it took him like many, many months, if not years, to actually get his script turned into a movie and directed in a way that he could star in it as well. So, if you got a big dream, if you got big goals, you're gonna have to really take the time to trust the process and let the universe work on your behalf. I mean, so the last thing I want to illustrate is that Saturn and Neptune are in Pisces. Saturn and Neptune are in the sign of Pisces. And this really just asks us to, aim for the stars and shoot really high and recognize that with faith and hard work, you really can build the dream. Okay. And that's really what I got here, guys. So we're going to go house through house and really talk about what this is going to be for every sign. So feel free to listen for, your sun or your moon or your rising. I'm literally going to be doing the chart based off the rising sign. So even though, you may not be the rising sign I'm listing, you may have prominent placements such as your sun or your moon or, any other planet within the sign. And interpret you may resonate with the interpretation that I'm giving as well. So we're going to start off with the Leo rising, and that's of course going to put the new moon in the first house. So really, when it comes to the new moon in the first for the Leo rising, guys, this is a true new beginning, and this is kind of like reinventing yourself. And as I'm talking about this, I want to make it very clear that this one, because it's in this first because the first house is Leo on this chart, everybody's going to relate to this on some level, even if you don't happen to be a Leo rising. But, it's going to ask us to reinvent ourselves and to really change how we perceive ourselves, to step into a new identity. And one thing I also want to draw attention to is the fact that Venus on the regular star is square to Uranus and Taurus. And this just says that in this cycle, we can expect fast changes to occur and rapid gain in our lives. And, this could look like meeting all new friends and associates and having new connections come into our life. And this could also look like strengthening our bond with the people that we relate to already. The real key within this season and cycle is that freedom is coming and a higher level of independence and self-expression is really going to be pronounced in everybody's life. So with Leo, it just really asks you, what is it that you want out of your life and how do you plan to get it? Make a plan and take that action, guys. So the first card I've got for Leo is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And that just feels like the cycle that we're moving into is just standing in our power. We're leaving behind the weak and fearful part of ourself that plays small or is stagnant or doesn't want to take up space or take risk. We're leaving that in the dust. And I see the Three of Wands in reverse for the Leo rising as well. So what I take from this is that the past is pretty important, that beyond our dreams, maybe taking some time to fall into our plans and to manifest in fruition, connecting to your vision can be assisted with nostalgia. The things that you used to appreciate, the things that you found joy in the past, you're probably going to find joy in them in the future. So, a lot of people may have a hard time finding their purpose and their passion because it's so obvious. It's the thing that they already enjoy. So, what I see moving forward for the Leo rising is the Queen of Cups. And that's just about unconditional self love, embrace, and kindness. So, no matter where the fuck you would go, there you are. So really, Leo, the message for you guys in this cycle is to really allow for yourself the things that you desire in your life and to truly embrace and accept yourself at every step along the way. Confidence is the key to your success. So that's beautiful. Success. Oh, yes. And we love to see it. So let's move into the Virgo rising. And this means we're actually going to go backwards and we should end up around the Cancer rising with Leo in the second house. But this is for me. Oh my goodness. Virgo rising. This is going to put the new moon in the 12th house. So the Virgo rising people, this looks like new dreams basically, or new endeavors in your spiritual journey. This could be a whole new vision for your life in general and a renewed sense of spirit. So we love to see that. The North Node in the 8th for the Virgo rising also says really whatever you define your purpose as, lock in on that and really focus on it and make sure that you're putting adequate attention and energy towards your great work. Okay. And I see Uranus in the 9th house. And what that tells me is that, we also need to make sure that we're invested in the right resources and learning and have the right materials to educate us and provide us the right skills that are required to manifest our goals as well. Okay. And definitive action is required for everybody across the board, but especially the Virgo risings as Jupiter and Mars transits that 10th house. It's about taking inspired, intentional action corresponding with your inner vision, guys. So Virgo rising, I just want to say, and anybody listening truly, this could be a great time to do a vision board and to really surround yourself with the imagery of your desires. Okay. I got the 7 of Swords in reverse for the Virgo rising. And this to me kind of feels like opening up to trust as well, kind of like the Leo rising started with, but dropping the paranoia, this feeling like we got to watch over our backs all the time and meet life with fear. Fuck that attitude, man. We're going to meet life with strength and confidence. And confirmation, we got the Devil in reverse. This is Saturn, aka fear. And fuck that shit. We're going to come to life with trust as opposed to fear and realize that we're in control. And moving forward, auspicious gains are coming for the Virgo rising. So this could be very powerful when it comes to your money. This could be wealth manifesting and loading. You really working on your investments and your health and your body and your stability and ultimately just becoming more responsible and less recalcitrant, meaning having more of an appreciation for authority and responsibility and discipline and not fucking off your time and being, escapist or self-defeating. That's really what it's about. Virgo rising, it's time to lock the fuck in. And that's what this one is about. Because are you going to create your life or are you going to abdicate that power to somebody or something else or God or the Holy Spirit? You're going to create your life. That's the answer. Okay. So let's talk about the Libra rising. The Libra rising. Fuck yeah, dude. So Libra rising, this is going to put the new moon in the 11th house. And what this could look like is new dreams, new wishes, new friends, new associates, new projects, new goals, new endeavors. And, you know, I just want to double and say that, you may find new people come into your life this cycle with the North Node in the 7th house. But ultimately, Leo energy and the North Node in Aries is all about embracing yourself, loving who you are, and recognizing that you are the main character. So I take it for the Libra rising, stepping into a level of leadership is actually going to be required for you guys as well. And to go right to the heart of the matter, when it comes to your purpose, what you want to be renowned for. Okay. And with the way Venus is squared in the 11th house and the 8th house to Uranus, this really just tells me that you got to put yourself in the right arena. You got to be surrounding yourself with the people that are doing the things that you want. Because success leaves clues, man, and you're influenced by the people you spend the most time with. So if you don't have similar goals with the people around you, man, you really are, you got no business hanging with them, and they might not be your friend, and vice versa. And it doesn't make you guys enemies by default, but it's just important that you have some congruence with the people that you spend your time, so you have the ability to assist and support each other for real. And there's something to be said about the Libra rising people posting content, being more involved in their communities or the internet in general, and just really finding freedom, goals and dreams of freeing themselves, quitting their job, being an entrepreneur. I see this as coming with this as well. It's all about independence when it comes to the new moon in the 11th house. And on a more psychological and personal level, the Libra rising people over this month are really just going to be working on loving and embracing themselves. All right. And I stand on that shit, man, because Pluto is going to be transiting you guys' fifth house for about 20 years. We're just starting an uncovering of the soul, the self, and your creative potential. So this next 20 years is really gonna, I mean, that's a whole crazy video in itself, the Pluto Aquarius transit. But I just see you guys really realizing on the deepest level who you are and how powerful your energy is. What you do with that is what you do with that. You know, with good intentions, you can create positive change in this world, and that's just as far as it goes. So let's see what the cards are giving for the Libra rising. Okay. So we got the Five of Swords in reverse, man. And that one just says that you're overcoming the attitude of defeat and loss. And that just means that, you're ready to win. You're ready to have fun. You're not trying to focus on the negative anymore. You're trying to focus on the things that are positive and uplifting you, that bring you joy and happiness. And you're going to have positive expectations so you can lead to more positive outcomes. And I see Jupiter transiting your ninth, which is a good sign, just saying, having faith in life is really the ingredient here. It's the secret key. Okay. I see Lilith transiting the first as well. So what you guys are really going to want to focus on this month, especially, but even for the next, 8 months or so, is just embracing your darkness and, truly accepting every part of yourself, even that which you consider negative or reprehensible or bad. So I see the Nine of Wands in the middle, and Chiron is in your seventh. So working on your healing journey may be pretty important at this point in your life, and just making sure that you pay attention to your psyche and your physical needs, but also your mental and spiritual needs. And remember that life is a journey, and there's a lot of depth and length to it as well. So you don't really have to take everything as serious to the point where you don't enjoy it at all. So what's moving forward is the Lovers card. And I did speak on this, man, with the North Node in the seventh house, and you having this 11th house new moon, and the Uranus going through the eighth house, man. This could talk about deep connections coming your way, but more specifically, romance, and this being accelerated or integrated within your life. So be on the lookout for love and sparks to fly, man, for the Libra rising over this next month, guys. You know, time will tell what that really shows. If you're in a relationship, that's going to say that truth is really going to be brought into it, bringing you guys closer or further apart. Or if you're in a single position, you may find company pretty soon, man. So let's move into the Scorpio rising. And Scorpio rising has the new moon in the 10th house, guys. And like everybody else, this will kind of talk about bringing in new goals and aspirations into your life. And that's really beautiful, man. Pluto's transiting your fourth house. Deep change is happening in you guys' family line or even in the heart space, kind of pushing you towards success and really your destiny. the North Node in the sixth house for the Scorpio rising really does reflect that you guys are finding your true calling in this life and the work that means the most. Your life's work, actually, is the best way to put that. So, changes in the career, this is happening. You may be working on your professional goals and your legacy and building long-term success at this time with this new moon. And what's also kind of funny is that, with Uranus in the seventh square, the Venus in the 10th, it's like anything that's holding you back from peace or progress has got to fucking go. And that could be, associates or friends at work or old people you used to spend time with. This could even be beliefs and paradigms that gotta go, bad habits and, activities that hold you back. It's all gotta go, man. And Jupiter in the eighth, Mars in the eighth, that's full speed ahead. It's like you guys got a sense of tunnel vision on your goals. And if you don't really know what the goals are, man, it kind of feels like an impending sense of doom if you don't really have a target. So I want to say if you don't really know what you want to do physically, Scorpio rising, if you don't have a goal externally, your goal is internal. And what I mean by that is that, this cycle is really going to be about self-development, and it's going to be about building discipline and strengthening your willpower and your reserve and your self-control. Okay. And by doing that, by holding yourself to higher standards and higher regards, you'll be perceived differently in the world by others and giving you grounds to receive more opportunity and just to be a better leader through your everyday actions, gang. And that's also reflected through the South Node in the 12th house, just saying, y'all need to stop fucking up. And I'm not trying to be a dickhead because this is meant to make you feel good and to empower you. But the 12th house South Node really can reflect issues of escape or, living in fantasies as opposed to living in reality. And while that can be highly empowering, it's often fleeting or self-defeating. So it's just important that we really map out our vision and take the time over this cycle to really think about what is going to drive us forward physically on terms of progress, okay? And ultimately, wherever you go, there you are, man. So the world will shift and change around you, and technically you'll change and shift around the world, but you can always benefit from improving yourself, Scorpio rising, and that's really what it is. Because the more you improve you, the more the world stands to benefit from the evolved version of you, okay? So, what's the cards for Scorpio rising? We got the devil, first of all. So, that just means restrictions, looking at our actual limits. And the devil stands out as well. And what I mean is, that's the adversary. And this doesn't mean you got to be an opposition to any forces, but this just asks you, how do you want to be seen? 10th house energy, Capricorn energy. What do you want to be known for? This is worth considering. This is actually incremental and key towards manifesting your goals. So speaking of the 10th house, man, we have the world in reverse for you guys as well, which just says for want of not being verbose, guys, this is about self-control and realizing the world is in your hands and developing discipline, being responsible enough to really create your life's work, whatever that is. That could be broad and more, spiritual, and it could talk about the service you mean to provide within the world, or it even could be just down to managing your schedule and getting out of bed on time. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles coming out for the Scorpio rising as well, which just says, progress is sure to come, but patience needs to be developed in this cycle in order to really put yourself in a position for long-term gain as well. It says you're playing the long game, not the short game. So really appreciate it. I think I paused my screen share for a second. It should be all right. Okay. And let's move past a couple more hours. Scorpio rising, you got to just remember you are a success, man. And then if there's a will, there certainly is a way. So take time to still yourself and really think about what it is that would make you the happiest for real. And make sure that your will and your trust is stronger than your fear, right? The only thing you really need to fear, Scorpio rising, is fear itself. So this is going to be for the Sagittarius rising. And these people are going to have the new moon on August 4th in their ninth house, which is pretty beautiful, fire on fire. And that just tells me that these people are going to be seeing the world through a whole different lens, man. It's going to be new perspective given to the Sagittarius rising, which in itself is again going to give a renewed sense of purpose. And these people are going to feel more creative and more willing to express themselves. And while this chart is a little bit choppy because of the hemispheres and the globe, I just want to say that by and large, these people are going to have the North Node in their fifth house. Okay. That just means creative self-expression and having a fun fucking time, being more amused and entertained by life and not taking things so damn seriously, not being so concerned with other people's opinions and perspective to the point where you can just do what the fuck that you want to do. And that's pretty powerful, man. And Uranus in the sixth house, square Venus, just says that, there may be quick change. You're going to need a lot of variety in this month to make sure that you're happy and you don't build up nervous tension. Experimentation with your routine is really required for you guys as well. And also, I see your seventh house is lit up, which just means that a lot of energy and emphasis is going to be placed on other people and how they do perceive you. So while there is this like paradox or dichotomy where you want to be doing for yourself and living your life to the fullest, part of this is going to be engendered and required to interact with others in a way that's positive or symbiotic. So, what's most fun and appealing for you guys may be serving and helping others or taking other people's into consideration. So I just say, really, the key is, can we meet in the middle? Can we do what's best for everybody? Okay. So another way to think about this, guys, Sagittarius rising, you may be really embarking on a deeper level of your spiritual journey, considering more moral and philosophical issues like, what does my higher self want me to do? And at worst, I want to kind of draw this to attention, broadly speaking, is that the new moon is the empty moon, right? So this would also indicate that this is a space within us that kind of needs to be fulfilled. And even to restart the I don't even want to say restart, but to recap from the very beginning, guys. What we're needing to bring in is Leo energy. So that just says across the board, man, you know, confidence is the key. It's the quality to develop self-assurance, self reference and recognition. Okay. So that just is what it is, man. So the worst part about the ninth house new moon is that some of you guys in Sagittarius rising might be having existential crises. You might be really looking at life a little bit deeper and then questioning your place in the universe, or maybe thinking that you have no place in the universe, or that there is no meaning, or that the higher power doesn't exist. And while we all describe life differently and filter it through different lenses, I just want to remind you guys that life itself does exist. And that means that you are connected to something more powerful than yourself, because this energy runs through all of us. So that's beautiful. And you're inextricably linked with life. So you do add significance to the world. Your job right here, gang, is to enjoy your journey as much as you would enjoy the result. And maybe consider traveling, consider reading and studying throughout this cycle, Sagittarius rising. See if you can expand your mind. So I've got the Three of Swords in reverse, man. So what y'all are leaving back in the past is pain. You're letting go of the sadness. You're letting go of the hurt. Holy shit, this happened again, man. The Nine of Wands. Wasn't that Scorpio Rising's card? So Chiron in the fifth, a lot of personal healing. I got the Judgment card coming out for you. So that just says, again, with you guys really considering your spiritual journey, y'all are trying to meet God right now and just trying to make sure that you're doing the best. And this says that, you strive to be a leader and demonstrate to others a proper way to act through your decisions. And that just means that you're going to need to really seek guidance through spirit and meditate more and, talk to the angels and really consider what your higher self says, quite literally. All right. And recognize that this learning process is a spiraling path. The meaning of life is progress, guys. So don't take things too seriously to the point where you feel like, the standard is way too high for you to reach and the journey just doesn't even matter, because it does matter, you know. And what you need to really ask Sagittarius rising is, how can I demonstrate faith in my dreams today? We don't want to be wasting energy on things outside of our reach. We want to be taking action today. So this is beautiful. We got Capricorn rising. What this puts the new moon in is the 11th, or I'm sorry, the eighth house of the chart, which says that, Capricorn rising, you guys are going to have new passions, new desires. And this could also look like new connections, new investments. And this could be like physical and financial, or this could be emotional and relationship bound, like signing a lease or getting new insurance or, buying a new car or, even just investing in learning how to invest. That's pretty cool also. So I see with Uranus going through the fifth for you guys, Capricorn rising, there's going to be a lot of change in your creative endeavors. And you may be really inspired at this point and have so many different projects that you wish to kick off. And Capricorn is a boss sign too. So I see that for a lot of these people, man, this will really be about creating your own business or embarking on your entrepreneurial pursuits or maybe freelancing work that you do and seeing how you can get your services out to more people. And a lot of you guys may not really see the opportunity that's destined for you in front of you. So you are the one that's meant to create it at this point, okay? And that's actually pretty exciting too. So the other thing that's kind of funny about the new moon in the eighth house is that you may have new fears as a result of the new desires that you have. So ultimately, the quest for you guys this month is developing power. And it's through that sixth house Mars, guys, that every day the habits you choose creates the person you become. So be intentional with everything in the realm of your control, and all your intentions are certainly going to manifest. But you just have to be willing to do what it takes to get the things that you desire, man. Take the risk and make the sacrifices and, be more unrelenting in the way that you go after what you desire and be more selective about the people that you let close to you. Because Capricorn rising, I'm gonna say this before the cards come out. With all this shit in your eighth house, man, you guys might kind of I don't want to say take a back seat in general, but people might have a harder time reaching you this next month because you may be so much more absorbed in your own passions and projects and unwilling to compromise your time and energy. So I love it. Be selfish, man. If you like it, I love it, man. Be selfish and really be considerate of who you let into your space, because people are either going to support you or they're going to slow you down in some way, shape, or form. And I don't always mean to make life seem so dualistic like that, but in interest of you having an experiment, creating something intricate, you want to control all the variables so you can get really clear about what drives growth and what interrupts it. So first thing we got is the Ace of Pentacles, and that just says you guys are focused on gains, focused on success, focused on growth. And I got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse for you guys, and that's the wealth card in reverse. And then I've got the 3 of Swords coming out after that. So it says that, you guys are taking a really cold, painful look at your unmet needs and really considering what it is that makes your heart happy. And you're going to go after it, and you're going to put that fucking pain in to make sure that you can actually attain it. Fuck this wishful thinking. You guys are going to do whatever the fuck it takes to make those results happen. And that's what I love to see, Capricorn rising. By doing what people won't do today, tomorrow you'll have what they can't have. So that's beautiful. You get me? It costs to be the boss. And I see a lot of y'all going on that road because honestly, you want nothing else for yourself. So that's cool. So let's talk about the Aquarius rising. And these people are going to have the new moon in the seventh house, of course. And that directly means new people coming into your life. And even if it doesn't play out like that, this is going to be a new lens to view life, a new relationship with the world, new ideals. And the best result of that is a more pronounced feeling of peace and equanimity with life, meaning you just feel like things are balanced. And that's really what you're striving for, is just balance within your life, Aquarius rising. And also, this is going to be reflected by the North Node going through your third house, meaning you're working on mindset, you're working on, getting full participation from your communication with yourself. You hear me? So I got the Knight of Pentacles, which really talks about patience and persistence and just steady forward progress. The Two of Swords in reverse right here talks about things that are, and this is kind of, I was literally just talking about this shit. I love tarot. It says what's not bringing you peace, what's making you feel uneasy and unrestful. That's what needs to be confronted. What we need right now is peace. The card is called Peace, guys. I'm telling you. If you want to know more about the meaning of the tarot, definitely join Simplified Tarot and you can learn all the names of the cards and their correspondences and stuff. But yeah, Aquarius rising, dude, you guys are really just looking for peace more than anything. And you've got the Hangman in reverse coming out, which also says that you're not interested in this just being presented to you or handed to you on a plate, man. You realize that it's your job to make yourself happy and to make yourself feel comfortable and calm in this world. So you're not giving it to God. You're not giving it to the Holy Spirit. While you can trust and appreciate the higher power, that shit dwells inside of you as well. So you got to give in life what you wish to receive, and then it's going to come to you. Okay. Be the miracle that you wish to be, that you wish to experience. And the healing power of communication. Because again, this chart is chopped, but I do want to say Chiron in the third for you guys. And that'll mean, healing your mind, learning to communicate in a more positive and constructive way. And then the South Node in the ninth house means letting go of any paradigms or beliefs or, false concepts that really lead you to a limited life. All right. Fourth house Uranus, like you guys are really going to be confronting emotions quite authentically, and that's going to force growth within your personal life. And you know, this also might say that, you may have to distance yourself from certain friends or family members and spend more time by yourself to really contemplate and think about what it is that actually I need in my spirit right now, you know? And another thing for Aquarius rising before we dip into Pisces, I want to say is that you guys are learning how to be your own peace and how to really find comfort in yourself and be your own friend and enjoy your own company, guys. And that's beautiful. That's a priceless gift. So let's talk about Pisces rising. Because Pisces rising, you guys are going to have the new moon in the sixth house. All right. And what that looks like is, new energy. And I don't mean to be vague, but this could be auspicious and beautiful for your health. And just say that, you'll feel a vibrancy come about in this next month and have higher energy levels or just more of a balanced sense of peace and focus within your life too. On top of this, this could talk about new job, new career, new vocation. You might build new skills or start learning something different. Um, I'm laughing because, the sixth house could also say you might get new haters this month. And, if you don't have any haters, you're doing something wrong, man. If you got 2 haters, get you 20. If you got 20, get you 200. The world needs haters, man. And anytime you're doing something worthwhile, anything spectacular, people are going to surely have their opinions and some people are going to hate. And it's not your job to be liked by everybody. It's your job to like yourself, man. And that's really the first thing I want to say to the Pisces rising is that, you have to ride for yourself and just make sure that your day to day and your actions, they really support your growth. Okay. And that's the ticket to success with all that you color yourself with, guys. Seriously. So this is again similar to the Capricorn energy. I wanted to say it's about being intentional with everything in the realm of your control. You guys have Saturn going through your first house, man. So that's really the lesson life is teaching you is to be responsible right now. North Node is going through your second. It's asking you to be self-reliant and to plant seeds in the universe and really, recognize how resourceful you are and don't depend on others as much for your success and fulfillment. And while we are social creatures and interdependent on one another, they're really the message your chart is giving you right now is just to learn how to do and provide for self, man. And that's going to be really accelerated by your great work and you putting the time in and really just chopping the wood and carrying the water. And while this might not be the most exciting, it is really extremely beautiful, guys, because as you put in the work and you get the results and have the fruits of your labor given to you immediately, you'll also be able to expand your sense of self and revolutionize yourself and experiment with the process and have the fun that comes from, learning. And I really want to illustrate, that's Uranus in the third. You've got Venus in the sixth, making that square. So, this tells me that this month, for the Pisces rising, you guys will want to focus a great deal of attention on your mental health and just make sure that you're compassionate to yourself and accepting of you. And I know I mentioned haters earlier. Don't be a hater to yourself, guys, because sixth house North Node, I'm sorry, new moon, sixth house new moon, Pisces rising, talks about the month being about self-improvement straight up. and about kind of subordinating yourself or realizing you have more to do, more to grow. And it's important to be a good coach to yourself or a good friend. And while you may raise your standards, ask of more discipline, it's important to you know, rule with an iron fist in a velvet glove. You want to be like 51% boss to yourself and 49% friend. In other words, like you have to basically demand the right activities and actions from yourself, but just be compassionate and empathetic towards yourself and relate to yourself as a person, man. And approach yourself with unconditional kindness and acceptance always. That's basically the idea. So let's get the cards and see what they're given. I see Pluto in you guys' 12th house, man. So this is the message that your dreams are really they're cooking and they're manifesting. So I got the Queen of Pentacles for you guys coming out first. And that's a good sign of your self-reliance. The fact that you have everything you need inside of you already to make it all work. I've got the Seven of Wands in reverse for the middle card and the Page of Wands in reverse for the third. And what this really just tells me, guys, is that, we want to work on centering ourselves and maybe not focus so much on hitting a grand slam every time we swing, but just focus on the form of how we swing the bat and make sure that we swing every time and don't lose our center. Focus on finding rhythm and finding a good balance so we aren't, trying to take shortcuts or trying to find quick fixes to huge problems and having to start up or not really starting over, not getting anywhere. This is about consistency being the key and deliberate daily action that's really engendered on building better well-being for ourselves. I'm telling y'all guys, the life that you live is a result of your habits, Pisces rising. So that's really the key for you guys over this next month is just to fill your life with habits that make you feel good about yourself, that reflect positive growth, and that you get the peace of mind from achievement of being able to see your results. And y'all need to tell yourself good job a little bit more when it comes to the ways that you just approach your projects and goals, because some of you guys have a level of perfectionism that's really not serving you in any way because the standards are too high for you to hit. And then you really back off from the ability to participate because you assume it's way beyond your reach. So you guys are gonna have to chill the fuck out and slow down and realize that perfect cannot be the enemy of good. You got to take those dreams, man, and not mistake those dreams for the map, for the terrain, because the dreams are the map, I should say. So break those dreams down into bite-sized pieces and ask yourself, what the fuck can I do today? And then go ahead and do that thing first. And spend some time listening to your inner vision and meditating and praying and really getting direction from your soul. Okay. That's what I got for the Pisces rising. And one thing I also want to say for them is that, with Mars transiting your fourth house, it's just important that you find different avenues to really channel your aggression so you don't build up frustration and take it out on yourself or your loved ones at this time. Or try to destroy things that you're trying to build just because you don't know where to put the energy and have to really sit back and increase your understanding of fucking nothing because that was something you wanted to build. So let's talk about the Aries rising. And these people are going to have the new moon in the fifth house. Even though I'm like running this hour by hour, let's pretend that the planets were exactly where they were when we started the video. Venus is still going to be in Leo. The new moon is going to be at about 12 degrees Leo. I know it says 20, but that's because we're doing it this way. I was having a hard time with solar fire earlier, guys, so we made it work. But the new moon in the fifth, guys, this is beautiful because this is Leo's energy inherently. So this is just going to be about you guys finding new talents and new ways to express yourself, wearing a whole new, I don't want to call it a mask, but just realizing that your character leveled the fuck up and you're not even near what you used to be in the past. So this is about really seeing yourself as special and beautiful and significant and powerful and important and walking with a whole new level of confidence and swagger. And this may come out directly in the work that you're doing, like your dance or your music or the way that your style works, how you express yourself. But more than anything, guys, this is just about the attitude that you approach your life with and how you feel about yourself. And Aries rising, you guys are going to be welcoming and a lot more fun into your life. And the North Node is in you guys' sign, Chiron's in your sign, basically just saying that the ball is in your court, guys, and the universe is giving you the green light to within reason, do whatever the fuck you want. If it harms nobody, do what thou wilt. And this is just saying, man, take charge, be your Aries, be a Ram, knock people over if they get the fuck in your way. They got in your way, you know. And avoid the people pleasing tendencies at all costs. It's okay to love others and to find joy in pleasing them, but don't do that at detriment to yourself, is really what that's saying. Okay. And I see Jupiter and Mars in the third, you got Uranus in the second. And what I kind of take from this is that, big fast changes are going to be happening in your life because it's full speed ahead. It's really time that y'all are focused on your goals, or, you may have an abundance of ideas that you wish to act on at this point, a plethora of things that you're working on. And when it comes to Uranus in the second, I kind of feel like the resources, they may be fluctuating rapidly. This could be about, quick gains or being stretched thin on some level this month. So the lesson for you guys as well is to learn to embrace your inner resourcefulness as you go through this month and recognize that you're the star of the show and you make shit sing. So trust yourself and trust your powers, trust your actions, and trust the divine as well. So I got Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and that just says, consistency and showing up every day, recognizing that every day we can create helps us really bring ourselves into a space of openness and love for existence itself. Okay. And that's beautiful. And our third card for you guys says the Queen of Swords, which just says you can really rely on strategy, having Mercury go through your sixth house and, all this open energy being pushed on you. If you set your sights, guys, life can be so simple. Three things: set your sights, pick your target is number one. Two, go the fuck after it. And three, enjoy that shit, man. And that's simple, man. Life can be simple and beautiful, and you can win at the same time, Aries rising. That's simply what it is, man. Let's leave the chatter for the fucking birds, man. Now we got the Taurus rising. And man, this chart is chopped, guys. You already know, but this puts even though it doesn't show it, because the chart, it is the new moon in the fourth house. All right. And that just means that, this is going to be new vibes for you guys, new feelings, Taurus rising. You're going to have a new sense of comfort and inner security. And this might also look like, spending more time by yourself, uh, indulging in privacy, really spending more time with your loved ones this month and your family and your friends, and, taking a backseat and really being more sentimental and led by your heart space and your emotions. And that in itself is quite beautiful. And another thing with this one being the new moon in Leo, but also the Uranus in the first, says that you guys are really reinventing yourself and you're taking your whole life and turning it upside down this month and really making fast changes and stripping away everything that causes you stress and disarray. So that's what's up. I really love that for you guys, man. It's like, fuck the bullshit. It's time for me to live my best life. And you're going to have to accept and love me in order to have a space in my heart, is really what that says too. And with the North Node in the 12th house, this is pretty auspicious for you guys because this is a ticket from the universe saying your dreams are meant to come true right now. So needless to say, focus on any dreams that you have if you wake up and remember something that happened when you were asleep. But also just your daydreams and your aspirations and the things that you end up imagining and kind of lusting for in life. That's God's petition to you through your mind's eye. So trust and believe that your dreams really are a sign from the universe at this time. And you're supposed to go and leap on your highest level of fulfillment right now. Okay. And I see Jupiter and Mars in the second house. So, take the action and trust that the money and the energy and the resources, they'll come when it's required. And what you got to avoid doing is really caring too much about serving others to the point where you don't even have the time and energy to do what's personal for you. So two things, guys. North Node in the 12th, New Moon in the fourth kind of says that you guys will need some time to spend with the emotional part of your life this month to really connect to the messages that Spirit's given you as far as what is going to be the most conducive to your goals and the collective's experience at the same time. And how can we meet the world in the middle right there? And I see, Pluto in the 10th for the Taurus rising saying that, you guys really are thinking about immortalizing your legacy. And that's really focused on long-term goals. So Try not to mistake the forest for the trees and try to see that every day and every way you're getting closer and closer to this. So Taurus rising, I got the peace card for you guys. Most of y'all are generally unbothered. If you guys ever met a Taurus rising, they're chill like that. So the ace, it's the page, basically a ace, but page of wands just says, show up every day. Make sure that you can really focus on your vision and rely on the powers of creative visualization. Because through imagination connects you with vibration. And by living in your desired reality now before it's manifested, your actions will be aligned much more easily. And I got the Four of Cups in reverse for you guys, which says that, with you having such fast changes and spending so much time on the spiritual part of life this month, expect some levels of discomfort and dis-ease, but that's going to really help you find more emotional balance and equilibrium later on, which is just saying really it's like this kind of is a period of shadow work for you guys as well, by putting you in the 12th house, trying to understand the nature of your soul and what's going on unconsciously with you as well. And that's going to help you relate to all of life in the universe. And that's really what the universe is trying to show you right now, is that you are everything in existence, dude. So let's talk about Gemini rising. And this is going to put the new moon in the 3rd house for you guys. So Gemini rising, this all about new ideas, new paradigms. You could get a new car, new phone, new technology. This might be something you see over the next month. But ultimately, the way that you communicate, the way that you get around your environment, the way that you interact with life is going to be changed. And there is going to be a need to revamp this and embolden it. And again, it's the spirit of Leo, guys. So Gemini rising, the most important thing I see off the rip is learning to love and speak life into yourself. All right. Through positive affirmation and the law of assumption, and leveraging the power of suggestion. You know, like ask yourself, why am I so dope? How did I get so cool? Why is everything so easy? Why is it that everything's always working out for me? These are the types of questions that we want to be asking, Gemini rising. Okay. And I see the North Node in the 11th house. So this just says to be focused on your dreams and be collaborative, because you can always get more done in a group than by yourself. Truly. And I know there's sometimes things that if you want done correctly, you have to do by yourself. But this is just really saying that this month you're learning to open up. You're learning to be either more of a leader or more of a follower, or a little bit more of both. To work with people is the real key. Okay. And I see, similarly to the Taurus rising, with you guys having Uranus in the 12th, you're going through deep psychological work as well, uncovering the hidden. And Mars and Jupiter in your first does give you a renewed sense of purpose, a spark, an eccentricity, and kind of a restlessness when it comes to your energy. So I think another thing to be said about Gemini rising is that this month you will just want to work on centeredness and slowing down and breathing, and, you know, making sure that your solar plexus isn't just like being pulled out of your body through all of your curiosities and passions and things you want to explore. Take the time to really enjoy the moment of life and not get too far in your head that you lose your body. Okay. So I got all your cards in reverse, dude. We got the 9 of Wands in reverse, which has been kind of a constant theme in this reading, dude. And you know, I take that as the psychological healing we're talking about. The 7 of Pentacles in reverse for the Gemini rising just talks about overcoming the feeling of failure or defeat, recognizing yourself as a success. And on some level, that means y'all need to learn how to be more patient and let time work on your behalf, because there's an assumption that we don't have the time or we don't have the resources, or that the things that we desire don't even belong to us. So self-esteem, identity, self-love, our feelings of belonging, this is going to need to be under examination this month, Gemini rising. And then I've got Dominion in reverse, the 2 of Wands in reverse for you guys. That also says just truly claiming your power and taking definitive action, and not really succumbing so much to the confusion, which leads you to the hopelessness and the challenges that you suffer sometimes, man. I mean, and Pluto's in your 9th house, dude. So just understand the universe is kind of testing your faith and asking you to see the higher picture and really, you know, recognize yourself as the divine, okay? Which is a lot of responsibility, but that's where the power and the freedom comes through as well, okay? And that's really important. So just know that you are divine Gemini rising and you can create and manufacture a solution to all of your problems. And not to be facetious, diminutive, or like diminishing. I don't know if I said that word already, but some of your problems, Gemini rising, are totally fucking imaginary. And you're gonna realize that over this month as well. And that doesn't mean they don't exist, but it really just only exists inside of your head. You feel me? They do exist and they're very real, but you gotta need to uncreate that shit, create something better. So this is going to be for the Cancer risings, last but certainly not least. We save the best for last, for real, the Cancer risings. And these beautiful people are going to have the new moon in their second house. And that's beautiful because that says new money, new car, new new stuff, new possessions. But on top of that, guys, a new sense of self-worth and a new resourcefulness comes about this month for the Cancer risings. And that's what's up. So the North Node is going to be transiting the 10th for these people, South Node transiting the 1st. And that inadvertently talks about new goals once again and having a renewed sense of purpose, really objective clarity about how do we move forward within our life? What are the things that I have to do? This is all going to start making sense over this month. And I really feel like simplification is also going to be key with Mercury transiting the 3rd. Really, like, things are going to become exact and precise and down to a T, a system and a science, and you're going to be in a position where you can't fucking fail because you care enough to make sure that you actualize your dreams, man. So I love that for y'all, and I really love this energy. You got your Jupiter transiting the 12th, Mars transiting the 12th, just saying full speed towards your dreams, man. Uranus is dignified in your 11th. You got the support of the world. You got the support of your higher self, your community, your friends. And, Pluto's burning through your 8th. And this is probably I think y'all won as far as how this new moon hit. That's why we had to save it for last. Y'all really, you're the winners of this new moon, the Cancer rising, for real. And this says you got your soul power at your disposal and everything is moving you towards being a more independent and powerful version of yourself. North Node in the 10th. So set your goals high, make sure they're SMART goals, meaning specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. And consider, yearly goals, monthly goals for this new moon, from new moon to new moon, and then also weekly goals to break those up, and then the daily goals as well. And after we do these readings, these cards for the Cancer rising, I do want to foreshadow and show you guys the next new moon, which is going to be in the sign of Virgo, which gives us some context about how we're going to build into this cycle and really the energies that's going to come next. Okay. And this is just really important to understand because as we fill up this cup, we're going to have other cups to fill later on. Okay. Straight up. And I feel like I'm kind of on a time crunch. So if I sound rushed, that's kind of what it is. But also I'm learning to respect everybody's time more at the same time. Like I don't need to be given a 6-hour reading about some shit that I genuinely understand and could just explain simply to you guys. So 3 cards for the Cancer rising. First one, Knight of Wands in reverse. Y'all need to slow the fuck down because you've been kind of burning out or working your asses off. And hard work betrays none except the ones who can't work smart. So this is talking about you may want to refocus and recenter and strength in reverse. We got Leo in reverse in your second house, which that house is about needs, possessions, and resources. So, you know, this could look like devoting time this month to developing strength and working on your physical health and vitality and constitution. But this could also just be about, recognizing more clearly where the fuck your limits are and not trying to be Superman or Superwoman every day and not consistently trying to do the fucking most. Considering what it is that you need to do. What do you want to do? What do you value? What makes you actually happy? Like some of y'all simply do not be considering yourself, and that's why you fuck up and fail. And I'm sorry to say it that way. I don't mean to be rude or abrasive, but that's just what I'm seeing is that, with neglecting you, everybody suffers basically, even when you want to care and help the most. So really the beautiful thing is the 3 of Wands and upright. The ships are coming in, man. Your manifestations are coming. So believe that. Know that you're focused, you're aligned, and blessings are coming your way, man. So get excited and trust that good things are certainly coming here. We are going to go 1 month in the future, gang, and then we're going to back up a little bit so we can get the moon connected to the sun in Virgo. Like I was telling you guys, the new moon next is September 2nd, new moon in Virgo. And I'm going to take a second to pull a couple cards and the reason I'm sighing, guys, is because I got to get my ass to the gym and I got to work out, and I might show up a little late to kickboxing today, but I'm still gonna make it. It's just that nap that I took earlier cut into my plans. So speaking again about discipline, cultivating the will, I have to be more locked in with my Virgo rising ass. But this is the Virgo new moon energy, and it says it's a time to give rather than take. So really, I would say that this cycle right now is the time to take. And then where we're going to move forward to in the next month is the time to give with the Virgo new moon, where we start focusing more on our ideas of service. This new moon will be opposite Saturn. So it will be a little, and hey, speaking of service, Six of Pentacles. It'll be more about giving. It'll be more about assisting the world and, being more responsible, playing our role, Sun, Saturn. We've got Venus and Libra. That's all about relationships. And most of the other planets don't really move. So I've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and I got the Five of Swords in upright. So, hey guys, live it up in Leo, because where Virgo season is concerned, it's telling us to stop being lazy fucks and really put the work in and, put up or shut it. Like it or hate it. No, you're going to do the work and you're going to like it. Basically, that's the only option I'm really seeing, man. So I hope you enjoyed this breakdown, this reading. A month from now, we will do this new moon in Virgo, and we'll talk about the full moon lunations in between and such. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please smash that like button. Leave me a comment about how this went for you. If you resonated, please let me know. The internet, YouTube, life, it all works off interaction. So I would love to hear what you guys think about this video. This comes from the heart. Thanks for listening. Blessed be, blessed we. Peace.